Um, Hello, and welcome to Get to Know Me by my physical TBR. Today we're doing sci-fi. So yeah, let's get right into it. I have here by Peter F. Hamilton the whole Night's Dawn trilogy. So it starts off, or part one in that trilogy is the reality dysfunction. Part two is the what's it called? Neutronium Alchemist, and the third and final part in that series is the Naked God. So, yep, need to set my footsteps into sci-fi, aren't I? Then I have some books by Julian May. This one's Intervention, The Adversary, and the Non-Born King. Um, yeah, she's written multiple series. I haven't read any, and I do own a lot. So yeah, I can't. Uh, I haven't sorted them out yet. So sorry about that one. Another one by her is The Many Colored Land. And let's continue just with her Jack the Bodiless. Then by Richel Mode, I have the first book in the Age of X series, and this first book is called Game Board of the Gods. And let's continue with this pile. I have in the Doomsday Vault by Stephen Harper. I guess this one is some steampunk-ish book. A novel in the Clockwork Empire, and yeah, the title is The Doomsday Vault. Then uh, continuation with Michael Crichton's The Andromeda thing he has written. Daniel H. Wilson built upon that book and did write The Andromeda Evolution. Then two more by Julian May, Blood Trillium and Magnificent. And I dropped a book, and that one is called Dead Eye by William C. Dietz, and that is a book in the Mutant Files. So we have 11 already there. Then by Dan Simmons, Illuminum, or Illulium, how you want to pronounce that one. By Alistair Reynolds, Diamond Dogs, Turquoise Days. Also by Dan Simmons, Hyperion. By Arthur C. Clarke. I have the whole quartet. So this is part two. 2010 Odyssey 2. By Terry Pratchett and Stephen Baxter, The Long War. That's in their sci-fi universe, in the Long Earth series. It's one book in that one. Then by Daniel H. Wilson, we already had a book by him for his continuation with Michael Crichton. This one is Robopocalypse. Then by Xixin Liu. This is part two in a trilogy, and I don't know what the title of the trilogy is. Give me 1 minute. It doesn't say. I know it's trilogy. This is the second one. This is the Dark Forest, and I don't own the other two books, but I really would like to. Otherwise, I can't read this one. Then two books by Marco Kunst. I have Erased and Kroons. Yeah, it's from a Dutch author. Then I have a book by Neil Asher that's called Infinity Engine. Uh, and I guess this is part 3 and also a series. Yeah, so need to get part 1 and part 2. Then I have by Hugh Howey. Yeah. Oh, the itch in the beard. This one's called Wool. And this one is the third one in that trilogy. In that this one's called Shift. And I do need to get me book 2. So I have by Arthur C. Clarke the first one, most famous one I guess, 2001: A Space Odyssey. And another one by Stephen Harper in the Clockwork Empire books, and this is called The Impossible Cube. I can make my steps in that one. Then another one by Alistair Reynolds, Absolution Gap. By Adrian Tchaikovsky, I have Children of Time. By Catherine Wells, I have Mother Grimm. Another one by Stephen Baxter, Origin. Alistair Reynolds, yet again with Chasm City. Don't fall, don't fall, please don't fall. By Cameron Hurley, I have Infidel. And 2 more books by Julian May. These are the Dutch versions, so this is Intervention yet again. And let me see what this one is called in English. That one will be called The Adversary. So I have them in Dutch, I have them in English, and yeah. Maybe I'll do an unhaul video whenever I'm done with all of the books, because I have multiple books, multiple double books. So yeah, we'll wait. So another one by Alistair Reynolds, and this one is called Galactic North. By James S.A. Corey in the Expanse universe. This is book 4 in that one. I have the first 5 books. This is Cibola Byrne by Orson Scott Card. I have Empire by E.R. Edison. I have a bookie, and that one is called The Warm Ouroboros. Yep. So 2 more books in the Expanse universe. This is book 3 and this is book 5. So Nemesis Games and Abaddon's Gate, if I'm pronouncing that one correctly. I really don't know. By Tony Gonzalez, I have the Tablet Genesis. Yep, I need to have some more room there. Is this the first one? Oh no, this is the second one in the Expanse universe. That one is called, I guess, Kaladin's Battle, Kaladin's War. My bad. Then I have, come off. I have some books by David Peters. Yeah, it's the I have the 4 books in the Endworld series. This will be Endworld: Dawn of the Corrupted. This is book 2. Endworld's Ultimate Corruption. Book 3 is Endworld, The Captain's Tale. And the fourth book is Endworld, The Corruption Undone. And I really don't know if it ends with the fourth book or not, but these are the four books I could find. Then by S. Harrison, I have Infinity Rises, and this is book 2 in his Infinity trilogy. Then by Alistair Reynolds, yet again, I have a book, and this one is called Revelation Space. Then by Gary Gibson, I have Empire of Light. And I figured out that one was also, yeah, a continuation in the series. So yeah, need to find out more about that one. Another one by Orson Scott Card, and this one is Ender's Game. I think that one's by him also the most famous. Then two more by Julian May, The Many-Colored Land and The Golden Necklace. Only these are the Dutch titles, of course, as you can see. Then I, Robot by Isaac Asimov. The first one in the Expanse universe, and that's Leviathan Wakes. And then some more by Dan Simmons. I have another one there. I maybe put them in the wrong category, but this one's called Darwin's Blade. Because I figured if I said I saw Ilium and I saw Hyperion and more books in that series, I thought everything he writes is sci-fi. So if I did put some of his works in the wrong batch, my bad, or in the wrong category. So you know that one. This one is called Fires of Eden. And another one by Dan Simmons, and this one is called Love Death. Then by Pierre Ouellette, I have a book, and I think that one's still called Deus Ex Machina. By Rick Yancey, I have The Fifth Wave. Part 3 in the Odyssey Quartet by Arthur C. Clarke, so 2061, Odyssey 3. And two more by Dan Simmons. So, yeah, let's see what starts out. The Rise of Endymion. And I guess this one is Carrion Comfort. So by Thomas T. Meyer, I have Corona. Dan Simmons, I have Olympus. By Romina Russell, I have Wandering Star, and that is in her Zodiac, in her Zodiac series. So there are a lot more books by her. Two more books by Julian May. The Non-Born King. I have this one in English. We saw that one. And this one is called Perseus Spur. Need to read that. Let's see. So another one by Dan Simmons, and this is The Fall of Hyperion. Then by Lauren Books, I think this one is called The Shining Girls. Okay. By Neil Stevenson, we have a book, and that one's called Snow Crash. By Brian Herbert and Kevin J. Anderson, we have Hellhole. Yeah, really liked cover art, so that's why I bought that one. Then another one in some steampunk fashion world. There are many authors in this one, so there are a lot of short stories. It's called Clockwork Cairo. Yeah. Then I have some books by Kim Stanley Robinson. Let's start with this one, 2312. And I have two other books, and this one are parts of a trilogy. Yeah. So let's see what they are in the English titles, if I can find that one. Please, yes, please, thank you, please, very much. Red Mars. It's the first one. The second one is called Green Mars, and I know there's a third one. And I don't own that third one yet, so need to find that one. Then by Jack McDavid, I have a book, and that one is called The Engines of God. So, yeah. By S. Harrison in the Infinity trilogy, I have Infinity Lost, and this one is the first one in that trilogy. So need to buy book 3 and then I'm done. By Arthur C. Clarke, I have the conclusion of his Space Odyssey. Yeah, and that's called 3001, The Final. By Brandon Sanderson, I have Starsight, and this is the second one in a quartet. Read the first one, really liked Skyward, so can't wait to find out. And the last one in the Sci-Fi series, or in Sci-Fi books I own or are on my TBR, I have Species Part 2 by Yvonne Navarro. So, yeah, that'll do for my Sci-Fi TBR books. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Bye!